As the light sets upon us, the darkness arises, and with that comes a new warrior archetype. Well, actually not new. This deck is actually relatively old, but it's one of my favorites, and since I am a warrior main type of player, I thought I would show you the darker version of Satellar Knights, which happens to be at the moment the Phantom Knights, guys. The Phantom Knights deck profile is brought to you by, of course, yours truly, Satellar Knight. I feel like I should just change my name to Knight only. That way people know what I associate with. So, yes. Truth of the matter is, the Satellar Knights have been put to rest for now. The deck is at its peak, and I thought I would explore different options, in this case being yours truly, the Phantom Knights. Let's jump into the deck profile, guys. As always, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Let's get those subscriber counts up. Don't forget to leave a like. If you leave enough likes on this video, I will make sure to provide a combo tutorial next as we journey this deck together. So let's start up with our beautiful monster lineup. We have 3 Phantom Knights of Torn Scales, and this is your main, I guess, starter. The deck itself doesn't have a 1-card starter in a way, like as I'm learning the lines of this deck. But this is a mostly graveyard-centric deck, which a lot of the format kind of relies on nowadays. So I think it fits in perfectly, right? So this one is relatively simple. You pitch for cost, which is great because if it gets impermed, at least you pitch your card for cost. And then it has an effect in grave as well. Every time you banish a Phantom Knight monster, it comes out into the field. So pretty good. This is a rank 3 XYZ base deck in case you guys are not familiar with it. And excuse the rarities on this. I'm just learning the deck. I've been playing it for about maybe 4 months. And there's always room to improvement, right? It's not like I'm fluent with this the way that I'm with my Tellar Knights, so I haven't maximized the rarities on these yet. So anyway, so we got 3 Torn Scales, we got 3 Silent Boots. Boots are your special summons from hand if you have a Phantom Knight, including itself, so it's not restricted to different name. That's pretty great. And then obviously the graveyard effect, you can banish it from the graveyard to add a Phantom Knight spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Pretty handy. We have 2 Ancient Cloaks. Cloaks is at 2 because that's the number that's been working for a lot of people, and I think it's working for me as well. It's simple. You banish this guy from the graveyard, and then you get to add a Phantom Knight monster from your deck to your hand, and then it has an on-field effect. If it's switched to defense mode, it gives your dark monster 800 attack boost, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 800. And then we have 1 Gloves. Gloves is just an additional Foolish Burial for the deck. So this is your Phantom Knights lineup. This is pretty standard. I don't see it changing for now, so this is pretty good. A lot of people are running the Adventure Engine. I've ran it a couple times and I've bricked on it really bad. My ratios were proper, but I think that this lineup is better. Like I'm liking this a little bit more better since we have more better. Is that a word? We have, anyway, our engines here. We have 3 Speedroid Terratops and 1 Tekkit Tomborg. This is basically a free rank 3. Basically, it gets you into your engine without actually committing to your engine. So this is great. If you're trying to play through NIP, you open this, it's pretty good. So this is a 3 of, and this is a 1 of. It's basically you special summon this guy if you have no monsters on board, and then this one it gets searched by a Terratop and then special summons itself. They're not activated effects, so they can dodge Fenrir if that's what's important to you. So 3 of those. Then we are running 3 Tour Guides. This is your best normal summon in the deck. So you want to maybe save this one as last resort. You want to kind of bait out everything else and then go into your combo, which has worked out well for me recently. So this is your best normal summon, and of course if you're playing this, you're playing the 1 Seer and 1 Graph. These guys get you into your Cherubini line without actually committing any of your other that way Phantom Knights kind of function as the backup of the deck. Take a sip of my coffee. The way this works is if you normal summon Tour Guide, you get to special summon Seer or Graph, preferably Graph, from your hand or deck. Its effects are negated, and then you'll go into Cherubini, anyway, and then so on and so forth. I don't want to talk too much. This is just a deck profile. I'll show you guys the combo video later on. So, for our bigger boss monster, obviously we are running the Horus engine. I think the Horus engine is best utilized in this build. It's even better than it is in Tellar Knights. And Tellar Knights is kind of functions differently. as an extender, and then here it's kind of like it helps really peak the Phantom Knights because you're pitching them to the graveyard without really losing any of their effectiveness. They're actually better in the graveyard than they are in your hand. So sometimes at the end of the turn you have an empty hand, but that doesn't matter because your hand is in your graveyard. Anyway, so 3 and then 1 of each names. This guy might come out for a different name, but I think right now the way that I'm utilizing him, it's I still gotta do a few more tests with the deck to see what I can sub out. So that's it for the Horus, and then let's move on to our spells and traps. For the spells, we are running 1 Walls and 3 Sarks. You do want to see your Horus cards. These guys are your Nib protections. This is what takes place instead of Griffin. So, and I think it's better because it's actually a strong body versus Griffin that's just like, you know, it's not as effective as it is with the King Sark, with the Horus monsters, because these guys do come back during your turn again and they put pressure on your opponent. Very underutilized engine, and I think only specific decks can play it. Luckily, the 2 decks that I've presented to you guys so far, they excel with it. We are playing triple droplets. Droplets are really strong in this format, and they are really strong in this deck because you are pitching your Phantom Knights, you are pitching your Horus monsters as free, basically free negates, and droplets like non-targetable, and it's very strong in this format, very good against a lot of decks, especially Tempais. We have 1 Rhoda. Rhoda is for your for your Phantom Knights. They're all warriors, and then you have another Rhoda and Foolish Burial in this deck. I'm fixing the sleeves because these players' choices, they keep peeking out. So 1 of these, and then 1 Callby because Droll kind of hurts, and kind of hurts, not a lot. But Droll hurts a little bit, and then Ash kind of gets in the way a lot. Too bad we can't Droll Nib. Callby Nib. For the trap cards, guys, we are running 2 Fog Blades, very underutilized cards, and then 1 Wing. I like this ratio. I'm gonna keep this ratio. A lot of people don't like Wing, but it's an extender, guys. It's a very good card, I think, and it serves a purpose on the field as well. And then for the Spice, we are running triple black gold that laughs. I don't know any other deck other than Phantom Knights that can like super utilize this deck. This card. This has multiple effects, right? So it has the effect of declaring the monster, if it's set, declare a monster name, this turn neither player can special summon the monster with that original name, right? Except from the graveyard. So it's an interruption. It's a floodgate. It's like a mini floodgate, right? If you see your opponent adding Poplar, you can just reveal this and say Poplar, and they can't play Poplar. But it has a secondary effect too. If it's in the graveyard, which it happens to go in the graveyard, Phantom Knight discard, Horus discard, even droplet discard, sorry. This has an effect that you can call out a monster name, and neither player can activate the effect of the monster. So basically you can call Nibiru as you pitch it preemptively, right? If you go in first, you pitch this with the Horus card, and then you call Nibiru. Now you don't even have to go into your Photon Lord. You can just, because Nibiru won't be active for this turn. So it's a pretty underrated card. That's another version of like Horus protection. Let's move on to our extra deck, guys. We are playing Bamboozling Gossip Shadow. This is a Nibiru dodge. It's pretty good. I might swap this out for Olivier. We'll see. But for now, this is lives in our extra deck. We are running, of course, 2 Phantom Knights of Breaksword. This card is pretty nutty. You know, at first I looked at it, I'm like, man, it's not that impressive. But it's really cracked. It pops your opponent's cards, and then it pops himself as well, and then it revives basically 2 Phantom Knights to go into your rank 4s, which happen to be your Evil Swarm Nightmare during your turn, which is a Book of Moon ×2 for special summon monsters, and then Raider's Knight as well, which during your turn, if you're going second, that gets you into Arc Rebellion Dragon, which is your automatic win condition, especially if you have Horus monsters on board. It becomes huge. I swear, I think I dealt like 60,000 points of damage at some point. For your rank 8s, this is your Nib protection, Photon Lord, in case you don't open Goat that laughs or can't make Bamboozle, you go into Photon Lord. And then one of the more important rank 8s, obviously, is the Zombie Vampire. The Zombie Vampire sends 4 cards from yours and your opponent's decks, and then you get to special summon 1 monster that was milled that way, which is insane. Because it activates all of your engine, and then it kind of mills your opponent deck, so you kind of know what they're playing as well. For your obviously big boys, you are playing Zeus and you are playing Superstar Slayer for now. This guy might get cut as well. There's a lot of hype around this guy when it first came out. Honestly, I'm not that impressed with the guy. There's never been a scenario where I'm like, oh no, he's out. I can't get rid of him, or like, you know, it hurts more when you actually play him. I've never had that scenario where like this guy made me win games. Maybe it's just me. And then for your links, you are running the IP and SP. Self-explanatory. These are live. You play them. You are running one Cherubini. You are running Phantom Knight, Rusty Bardiche. I just call him Rusty. I don't call Bardiche. Cool name though. And then one Appaloosa. I might take this guy out and put Access Code Talker. We'll see. Anyway. But this is what the deck profile looks like, guys. There are some changes to be made in the future, but I think this is a pretty solid list to me. Let me know in the comments down below what kind of spicy tech you would like to run in your Phantom Knight deck. And yeah, let's grow this deck together, guys. I'm looking to improve on it. I'm looking to take this deck to locals. Want to see how it does, and then eventually take it to a YCS. Don't forget, guys, to smash that subscribe button, and then we'll be doing a combo video if this gets more than 20 likes, I guess. Yeah, that sounds about good. Until then, Satellar Knight is out.